Hello, how's it going? So I just wanted to drop in and chat about one of my favorite subjects, which is how the body heals itself at the cellular level, how our bodies regenerate. And this is such a huge passion of mine because I searched for years studying so many different healing modalities and working with Western and Eastern medicine on how to heal and regenerate my own body from chronic pain from a car accident. And it wasn't until I found these principles that everything came together, and I'm now fully out of pain and loving my life, and was able to rebuild and balance my spine, as well as the other tissues in my body that were really deeply injured. So I love this topic because it's actually simple. It's really simple practices that we can apply into our lives, and it's something that's going to benefit anyone of any age, whether it's our little kids, helping them in their greatest vitality and health, or it's our grandparents really helping them to get out of pain, or whether we're just wanting more vitality and strength and joy in our own lives. So, hi everyone, nice to see you. So, the first foundations of cellular regeneration, we're just getting back into alignment with the principles of nature. And so, we're actually passed down lymphatic congestion from multiple generations. So, we can be born with chronic lymphatic congestion. And this is really common, more common than not. And so lymphatic congestion is actually cellular waste. It's damaged cells, it's acidosis, it's overgrowth of candida. It's basically anything that the body needs to eliminate gets sent to the lymphatic system, and then that gets sent to our kidneys to be eliminated out of the body. So the problem that we're seeing is that most people's kidneys are not actually filtering to the capacity in which they should be for cellular healing. Hello. So this is a really important factor, and we'll talk about kidney filtration. But what that does at the cellular level is it creates this waste, this acidic waste that gets built up in our body from head to toe. And our lymphatic system is miles long. So if this is getting built up in our joints, we're going to start to see the degeneration and the breakdown of our joints, which is going to look like arthritis and inflammation. It could, pain. If we're seeing this lymphatic congestion in our brain, we're going to see such symptoms as Alzheimer's or loss of memory. And if it's chronic lymphatic congestion, that's when we start to see tumors and such, because it's just build up of mass of waste. And so the way that we actually eliminate this out of our body, I know, isn't that wild? Is by getting our kidneys filtering. And this can be a process for people. So, it can take anywhere from a couple weeks to a few months to a year, just depending on how chronic the condition is that our kidneys haven't been filtering for. So this is multi-generational. It's passed down. If our parents' kidneys were not fully filtering, then we're already kind of starting there, and so we just have to catch up. But there's amazing herbs that really support kidney filtration, opening up that elimination process to get those acids out of the body. There's fruits are like number one for getting the kidneys filtering, and you always want to eat fruits on their own, never combining them with other foods. And you always want to eat fruits a half an hour to an hour before other foods because they digest so quickly, and we'll get into that topic tomorrow. But to begin with, as we start to get those acids out of the body, that's when the tissues heal. So you can imagine if there was, battery acid sitting on your skin would start to degenerate. It would start to get eaten away. And then as soon as we wash those acids off, the skin starts to heal, it starts to regrow, it starts to repair, and that's the same with all of our organs and our tissues and our bones in our body. And so the first step to cellular regeneration is getting those acids out of the body, which turns on our body's own healing mechanisms. And that's healing at every level, at the cellular level. And our liver and our kidneys and our brain and our glandular system, those are all just made up of cells. So when we have healthy cells, we have a healthy body. So really, when we're speaking about health, we just need to speak at the cellular level and getting those healthy. So that's the first component. The second component is introducing alkaline foods into our body to create that alkaline environment. So the top alkaline forming foods are your fruits and your veggies and your herbs. So if you're really wanting to get to that cellular regeneration level, it's nice to start incorporating about 80% of your diet as fresh fruits and veggies, because that's what's going to start creating that environment. And when the body is in an alkaline state, that's when we get into tissue regeneration and tissue repair. If we were to look at our cells under a microscope, what we would see is in an acidic environment, which is where 99% of the population is in a predominantly living in an acidic environment. And what that does is it clumps all the cells together, making it really hard for nutrients to get into the cells, making it hard for oxygen to get into the cells, and making it hard for toxins to get out of the cells. Now, as soon as we get into an alkaline environment, incorporating those fresh fruits, those fresh veggies, those fresh herbs, now we're starting to move into that alkaline environment. And in that, all of a sudden the cells start to disperse and spread out. They're free flowing, as though, like a river that's flowing versus a stagnant pond. And so in that, we're able to get nutrients into the cells, and we're also able to get oxygen into the cells. And the cells need two things for healing, two things for fuel. They need simple sugars from your fruits and your veggies, and they need oxygen. And that's how the cells thrive and repair and regenerate. So those are the two basic components, is getting the body alkaline so that the cells can be hydrated, so that the cells can be oxygenated, getting their nutrients so that they can be eliminating toxins. And then the second one is to get our kidneys filtering so that we can eliminate those cellular acidic damaged cells and acidic wastes out of the body. And then the body goes into its own healing mechanism. And this is what I went through in my own process of healing. And again, it takes a different amount of time per person, but there's so many easy tools that we can apply into our daily life to get this. So if you have any questions about this, if you want support with herbs or, suggestions, cherries, tart cherries, watermelon, those are amazing for supporting that kidney filtration. And then tomorrow we'll speak more specifically about food combination and how this actually supports the regenerative process as well. So we have a few questions. What are some things that you would stay away from while purging the toxins and cleansing your kidneys? Herbs, and are there certain foods to eat or not eat? That's such a great question. So what really contributes to cellular congestion or lymphatic congestion, which is what we're trying to clean up, the top foods that contribute to that are your processed sugars, your milk, your animal products, your dairy, and your meat. Those are all actually really mucus forming and acid forming. So if you can minimize or eliminate those during your process, that's when you're going to start getting into that regenerative level of eliminating those acidic mucus forming foods, so that your body can A, eliminate the acids, and B, start to create that alkaline environment. And that's where you'll see the best results and the quickest results. So that's where I would start. Thank you all so much for joining, and please reach out to me with any questions. This is my passion, this is my service to the world, and I just love these works so much. So we'll see you tomorrow. Aloha.